Hello, friends and colleagues. What are you passionate about? Passionate.
The Passion Show on CFRU 93.3 FM, Guelph, Ontario. With Wizard.
I'm a water wizard, Harry.
Hello, world. You are listening to The Passion Show with Wizard on CFRU 93.3 FM. It's a do-it-together radio show all about passions and the people who have them. My name is Wizard.
My name is Carol Lang.
Carol Lang.
Yes.
Woo, yeah.
Hello.
It's finally happened.
Yes, the passionate people are.
The passionate people. Welcome to the Passion Network.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Passion Studio.
Thank you.
Here recording live. You're hearing us live from the Passion Studio.
Yes, you are.
Not exactly.
Not totally, no.
No, you were afraid. You were telling me that you were afraid of going live. Hey, me too.
No, seriously, I was scared I was going to, swear on live radio or something
no,
crazy.
Instead you're going to swear on pre-recorded radio.
Yes, exactly.
But then I get to go in there and go,
yes.
So I go,
Nope, no swearing.
Well, welcome to the show.
Thank you
It's been a long time in the making, hasn't it?
Yeah. Oh my God, I was so honored when you asked me to be on it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Most people are like, oh, fine.
No.
Like, whatever. I'll figure out a time.
It because you were saying it like we know each other. I've known you kind of in passing for what, like almost the last 2 years.
Yeah,
but then
true.
you were just like,
it's been a long time.
Hey, you're kind of cool, and I don't really know much about you. Like, be on my show, and I was like, oh my God, like
it's sort of what the show's all about.
That's like
sort of
very,
beautiful
very kind. Yeah. So.
Well, here we are.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Who are you anyway?
Who am I? Oh,
what's your deal?
I was literally writing in my little notebook. I was like, in all caps, do I have a personality?
Oh man.
The pressure to be fascinating.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Well, do you?
Do I have a personality?
Yeah,
you know what? That is a good question. It's definitely something I've been trying to figure out lately, reconnect with. I feel like I went through a phase the last couple of years where I was like, okay, I have no personality.
Okay,
like,
interesting.
What on earth could it be? But yeah, I'm figuring it out.
You're figuring it out. It seems like you have on my end, on the exterior end, it seems like you have a personality.
Yeah.
You're like a friendly person.
Thank you.
You've said hi to me.
There you
when
go.
I like, because I feel like I walk down the street. Anyone walks down the street, and it's like you're gonna walk past people that you know.
Yes.
And like for me, I'm not necessarily gonna be like, oh hey.
Yeah.
And I expect that there are people who I walk past on the street and they're not going, oh hey, but you have went, oh hey, on the street to
charm,
me,
yes.
and that is certainly, I think that's a personality trait.
Thank you very much.
Describe it as a charming personality trait.
I appreciate it. Yes, I try to be a kind face when I can.
That counts. You're not a rude piece of work.
I'm glad to be that. I would rather be boring than rude. So
Yeah, there you go. Hey, I respect that.
Yeah,
I respect that a great deal.
Yeah, I don't know, but I feel like I'm gonna get into a lot of gender stuff.
Oh,
this episode.
Awesome.
Okay.
That's a little bit of that's been a simmering theme on this show.
Simmering theme, yes.
In certain ways.
I saw Summer's episode.
Oh yeah.
Summer, love the ladies. Love
Summer's a
Soph.
homie.
Yes.
Summer even has a second episode. I'll have to tune into that.
Yes, I saw that, but I did not tune in yet.
But the first one goes crazy.
Yes,
the first one goes
really
crazy.
Good.
I like the second one too. Summer doesn't love the second one, but we're gonna run it back for part 3, and that's gonna go crazy.
Why doesn't she like the second one?
I think she does like the second one. She just mentioned that the first one is better.
Okay.
I think they're both hits.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm biased.
Yeah.
But yeah, Summer, friend of the show.
Yes, and Soph and I are doing crazy activities.
That's right. You guys are
now.
getting into an awesome looking book club.
Yeah. I mean, more than a book club, we're hoping like kind of collective of arts and crafts and reading and music and just like general community hang.
That's amazing.
Basically,
that's so cool.
We're really we just made a Google Classroom.
Oh, there you go.
Which I realized Google Classroom is so underrated. Like, do you remember when you had Google Classroom?
Did not have Google Classroom
ever. You didn't have Google Classroom?
I think that's where our age difference.
Oh my God! Well, Google Classroom is pretty. Is it not?
No, I don't know. How much older am I than you? Not that much.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
Okay, well I'm 21.
So that's 6 years. So yeah, that scans. That Google Classroom thing probably came about around when you were like in high school.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, maybe.
That's when I was-
No. When I was in middle school. It was
Really?
loud. Yeah, maybe even elementary school.
That can't be right.
Maybe.
Or maybe
Where
I was
did you
just in
grow
some
up,
podunk.
though?
I went to high school here in Ontario, but I went to elementary school in Saskatchewan.
Ooh.
And they don't got nothing there.
No,
I didn't
they
see a
don't.
TV in a classroom
No,
other than
they
like a
don't.
roll-in.
Oh my God. My mom's dad's side of the family was from Saskatchewan.
That's right.
Yeah, and they were Baptists. And
Oh, right.
They were crazy. Yeah.
Okay, shout outs.
So, yeah.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff going on in the prairie,
Yeah,
certainly.
they definitely do, from all the stories I've heard. But anyways, Google Classroom.
Yeah, Google Classroom,
is
underrated tool is what we're
actually-
getting at.
I was
I'll just have to take your word for it.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about it though, and I was like, this is actually a very accessible platform. Like
Accessibility is important with that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like my life has gone quite downhill since having Google Classroom. I would say that, it was easy to use. So anyways, I was just like, so let's just do Google Classroom, even though that's a bit silly. And
But hey, if
so,
it gets the ball rolling.
especially because then you can like post readings and like
What is it?
illegally. Like
What-
illegally
Oh,
so that
nice.
it's
We
accessible
love.
to people.
I'm a
and, like,
big endorsement
Yes,
for breaking the
exactly.
law
So
on the show,
it's-
especially when it comes to like intellectual material.
Exactly.
It's stuff that ought to belong to the commons.
Like
Yeah, get
with
that out
high.
there.
Yeah, it should be for everyone. So
Boom.
that's why we're doing
Get in that Google Classroom. Get those PDFs
Yeah,
going around.
no, I've
Where the
been
PDF come from?
collecting
Who knows? Somewhere.
Yeah, no,
somewhere.
that's my secret. But yeah, it's really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I love Soph. She is like such a talented, brilliant mind, and
She's come up on the show a couple times.
Yeah.
I think. Well, yeah. I was talking to Amara from CFRU Live.
yes,
We're
love
talking
Amara.
about yeah.
Yeah.
So that's funny. Yeah,
Mm.
big legend, fan of friend of the show, fan of the show,
Yeah,
maybe. I don't
fan,
know. Who am I
maybe.
to say? But she's certainly a friend of the show.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
There you go. You're connected. You're well connected to the Passion.
Yeah,
the Passion Network.
The She Baddies.
The
will
She Baddies,
do
of
it to
course. Yeah,
you,
there's
yes.
the She Baddies Passion Show guest. There's
Yes.
the just like larger art scene
Yeah, for sure.
guests.
There aren't many of us. I was surprised when I came to Guelph, and I was like, wow.
In the like larger arts community of this
Yeah,
place.
like there are like a lot of business Aggie students.
Oh, yeah.
And kind of my running joke is just like getting to Guelph because I grew up downtown Toronto, right?
All right,
So,
I didn't
like,
know that.
Grew up in art schools, like
All right,
just
okay.
like I've been
whoa.
around gay people a long time, basically,
Yeah.
and like
That was for me. For me, I had to like leave the small town to like meet
Yes.
more than like 3 gay
Yeah.
people slash who knows how many closeted
for sure.
Uh,
Oh my god, yeah.
gay people. I don't know, but yeah, I remember
mean-
moving to the city and being like, all right,
Yeah,
gay people.
exactly.
There's a bunch of
Yeah,
them. It's
yeah.
pretty cool.
I know. But so I grew up more in that, and so like
Uh-huh.
really coming into my own and like exploring my queerness and all these different things, like I had people to look up to, and I had those stepping stones. And then when I came to Guelph, and I'm in gender and sexuality is the major.
Well, there we go. I didn't
which,
know that either.
First of all, there are like 10 people in.
Okay.
So it's a very small, very new community.
You know
where,
everyone's
like,
name.
No.
No?
But I've like hardly met anyone in my major.
Okay.
Yes, because so many people take it as a minor or as an elective. And so it's just like,
Gotcha.
you never know who's really in it full time or not.
Okay.
Well,
That is interesting. So you're all just sort of
Yeah.
spread out. It's like, who knows?
Yeah, and no one's graduated yet. Like, it's such a new program. So we're a bit guinea pig-esque.
All right.
But
I was in a similar program when I was in college, actually.
Really? What?
Like a guinea pig program.
Yes, yeah.
It was called, what was it called? It was called MTP. It was a joint program between Fanshawe and Western.
Whoa.
Where
okay.
you would spend 2 years at Western and 2 years at Fanshawe. MTP is short for Media Theory and Production.
Whoa.
And so you get your media theory at Western and your media production at Fanshawe. What I realized after the first year and a half is that I do not care to go to university for media theory because I can just read about it. What I want to do is produce media. So I
Yes.
dropped out of a university, which I take as a great, great point of pride.
Yes. you
And
should.
although, I respect the concept of university, it just wasn't for me. And then I went to
Totally
college, and boom, now I'm producing
Where did
media.
you go to college?
Well, I went to Fanshawe. I
Okay.
graduated.
Nice. Did you like it?
I loved it. I almost said a bad word
Really?
because just to
Okay.
show how much I.
You're very passionate. on
I'm
the fashion
passionate
show,
about
yes.
Fanshawe. It's a good school. It was a really good school. They treated me well. I know
That's
everyone has
good.
different experiences with all of these places,
course,
but like
yeah.
I was lucky. I went to the downtown campus.
That helps. Yeah.
I was in very small classes of like 25. I had good friends. I had
What a
amazing
rarity.
professors,
Yeah.
and it was spectacular.
At least when you're at that point, you like know the people you're learning from actually care about what
Exactly.
they're teaching, which is like
Exactly.
so rare and so refreshing, honestly.
Shout out to my boy Jared,
Yes.
the design teacher. Shout out to Pan, my man, Pan the man. He is a legend.
Oh.
Taught me,
I can imagine. With the
like
name
back
Pan.
end SQL coding. Good times were had by all.
Yeah,
I was the
no.
only guy in that class who knew how to do it.
Well, there you go.
Anyway, so you're a guinea pig. You're in a
Yes,
guinea
so
pig
I'm a
program.
guinea
Brand spanking
pig.
new. No one's graduating.
Yes, and it's crazy. And I came to Guelph, and we'll get into this. I dropped out of school as well.
Nice. There we go. Connect.
So we're gonna get into that. But when I came to Guelph, I don't know what I was expecting. I'd never been to Guelph in my life.
Whoa.
Pre coming to university,
That is-
I came.
So when you
Yeah.
like on move-in day, you're like, "Hello, Guelph."
Well, I came for one tour like a couple months before I
Okay.
came, and I was like, I guess like it has this program, and like I like the sound of the program. Let me do the program. And I had just heard all my life, Guelph is a very green, environmentally conscious
It certainly is.
place, queer community, all of it. And then I got here and I came to the university community and I was like, why is everyone a bit homophobic though? Like, why is it like, it was not what I was expecting. I was thrown off. So I have my small community, which I'm so grateful for. And I feel like Shebad is like so much a part of that, like being turned on to this new world of people who are like in touch with the arts and community and queerness and like all of these different things and have a collective. Like that was so
It's
that
amazing.
was so nice to see and so comforting that like exists here.
Yeah.
Because I felt quite a bit isolated before knowing that. So yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I got lucky with my
Yeah.
Guelph experience. I just was dropped right into the Shebad house.
Oh,
And it's like, all right, we're off to the races.
so
Hitting the ground
good.
running.
Such a sanctuary. Yeah.
And truly.
Yes.
But,
So I guess for context, for the podcast people who don't know,
What's a podcast?
The podcast?
This is a radio show.
Well, okay, I'm sorry. I taken this media as a podcast. I apologize.
Sorry.
Okay.
That's a runner on this show. It's a running gag.
Really?
So, but now this episode is intertextual, which Summer would be really happy about. Hey, Summer. Anyways,
Okay.
what were we saying?
On the radio show.
On the-
I'm so sorry, guys.
Some context for my radio,
the radio
listeners. We're all tuning in their car right now. They're sitting right over
Yes,
there.
exactly.
That's another runner.
So yeah, I am dating the drummer in
That's so true.
Shebad for context, not to just name drop Shebad randomly
Yeah.
out of the wazoo and just
Hey,
yeah.
they come up because
Super
they're a
fan,
pillar.
but-
It's a pillar of the community at this point,
Yeah, but no, seriously, like I felt so taken under their wing in a certain way, which was like so nice. So.
Yeah, they love you.
Oh,
That's
I love
true.
them.
We all love you.
That's so sweet.
Everyone in this
Well, I love
community.
you guys too. That's so sweet.
I'm smiling right now for the listeners.
For the radio listeners.
For the
who
radio
cannot see.
listeners tuning in, hearing this on
Yes.
radio frequencies, on their radio scanner, not on internet radio. They are tuning in with a little dial. No, that's just what I like to make believe.
No.
I think that the vast majority of the few listeners of the show are listening on the internet as a podcast.
Yes. Well.
But they're using a podcast app to hear a radio show, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's a radio show.
But it's
a
yeah,
radio
exactly.
show.
And it's a
No,
podcast
it's all
as
it
well.
is, it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can will it.
Yes.
No.
Will
If
it
I
is.
just call it a radio show, then it's a radio show.
Oh, for sure. Well,
just
you
like how
are
all of my
Wizard.
2-minute YouTube videos are movies, because they're movies. I make movies. I don't make content.
I haven't seen your YouTube videos.
Well, all shall be revealed in the
Okay.
fullness of time. Don't worry.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
They're pretty great.
Yeah.
I won't cut any words. I won't mince any meat. My YouTube videos, movies, that is, are
Yes,
pretty sweet.
Yes. No,
But everyone who puts anything on the internet
it's pretty sweet.
is like to be like brave
Yes.
and to release art, even if it's whack, is
Definitely.
beautiful.
Definitely.
And the most bad art is the best art. Bad art
It's
is
so
good.
good. Yes. Love parody art.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Parodies, just like anything. Just like anything. Anything is cool.
Yeah, I'm a huge consumer of just like bad quality
I'm a huge
things.
consumer. Clip it.
No,
Bad quality thing? No, I'm right there with you.
right? I
want
love
it
bad
all.
movies. I love bad TV. I love bad music. Like, it scratches a certain itch in my brain.
Truly.
And I've always said to myself, like, if you're consuming bad media that's not, like, let's say the level of brain rot media, like, I'm not talking about, like, fast flash media where you're just, like, scrolling and doom scrolling, but, like, a bad movie, it's better than the alternative,
It is.
right? Or, like, reading a terrible book.
Yeah,
you know?
there you go.
At least, like, you're doing your brain
You're reading
rot,
a
like,
book.
in
You're
a
reading a
tangible
book.
form.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's something. That's
Yeah.
not nothing. That's where
So,
I'm at.
Yeah, that's how I come
Which
to
isn't to say
myself.
that sometimes I don't get stuck on Instagram Reels for a couple
I do.
hours.
Oh, no.
It's like, no, get me out of here.
Oh, my God.
What's happening to my noggin?
Yeah.
I am becoming a child.
Oh, my God, yeah. Yeah,
Isn't
iPad
that sad?
baby.
Isn't that sad that it's like children and like brain rot are now
Yeah,
associated?
I know.
Children should be like,
Synonymous.
when you're like reading books and being bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, you should be like, yes, I'm like a child.
I know.
That's not so.
I know.
But we can change that.
Yeah,
as a
let's
society.
change it for sure. Go back to childlike whimsy and wonder.
Childlike whimsy and
I
wonder
wrote
is
that
my
in my
middle
notebook,
name.
too.
Really?
That's your middle name?
Yeah, wizard,
Oh.
childlike whimsy and wonder Rogers. That's what they call me.
Oh,
You
poor
wrote that in
wizard.
your book. That's amazing.
I actually, I swear to God, where is it?
That's funny. When I applied to my job at outdoor school, and in my resume, as part of like why I'd be good to hire, I believe I wrote, has a keen sense of childlike whimsy and wonderment.
That's awesome. Returning to your roots, childlike wonder and whimsy.
Wow, you have a bunch of notes.
I have a bunch of notes. Yeah, I
That's
don't know.
awesome.
I was talking to my best friend who lives in Halifax, and I was like,
Oh, nice.
Again.
One of my best friends also lives in Halifax. That's crazy. Maybe it's the same one. I'd be surprised.
who is it?
Logan Wolf,
Shoot.
a 27-year-old from Kincardine, Ontario, who works at a beer factory.
I wish.
Yeah, is that your best friend?
Yeah,
Oh
no, definitely.
yeah, it is. That's crazy. Well, there you go.
Definitely.
Shout out
Yes.
to the boy. So you're talking to your Halifax friend.
yes. And I'm like, I'm going on this radio show.
There you go.
And like, what do I talk about? What am I passionate about? And then she just goes on this beautiful monologue, and she's like, write it down.
That's
and then
amazing.
she just tells me a bunch of things about myself, and I'm like, oh, so honored that like someone perceives me in this light. But so I wrote down some of the stuff she said.
That's
I wrote down
awesome.
some of my own things just because, yes, again, context. I did get a concussion
Yeah,
on my 21st birthday.
The infamous conky.
And unfortunately, it does live on the internet, and I have had people.
I saw the video before I knew it was a concussion. I thought it was hilarious.
That's everyone's experience.
Yeah.
I've had people like Emmett introduce me to these music people, and I was like, hey,
Classic
yeah.
Emmett move.
And they're like, you're the girl from the video, right?
Oh no, not like
I was like, no,
Not like this.
please.
Yeah, who are you talking
please.
about? That's not me.
Yeah, no. Like, imagine, okay, I'm in the ER, and
All right.
like talking to the ER doctor. I've waited 6 hours.
Classic.
And obviously these doctors are asking me, how on earth did you sustain this concussion? Like, what did you do? Like, who
Yeah,
did who
are you
hit
a are you a
Who,
linebacker?
did you slip
know?
on the ice? Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, no. So it was in the last hour, and I was walking with Emmett, and again, childlike whimsy and wonder, I saw
A big
what-
fluffy pile of hay like snow.
Yes, exactly. What I thought was a snowbank. And for some reason, I decided it was a wonderful, beautiful idea for my birthday to just fall into this quote unquote snowbank, which actually very much was someone's elevated lawn and like actually an inch of powdery snow. So I just felt like back of head
Boink.
first. Yeah. And
That's just like gives me full body cringe.
exactly. And there is a video, yes, online where I'm just like, Emmett, can you help me? I actually can't get up. But yeah, I'm in the ER, and I'm like embarrassingly telling all these doctors this story, and the ER doctor was just like, can you please show me? Like, that's hilarious. And just like sitting in this
Oh, that is too
triage,
funny.
like with the nurse, just ugh. So anyways, I'll never live it down.
No, you won't.
But so
Or
my
maybe you will. Who
brain is a
knows?
bit foggy cognitively, so I do have my little notebook
Hey,
with my
that's
little
fine.
notes.
Famously,
So-
another sort of thing that often comes up on the show is how fond I am of note takers.
Really?
Because it's like, I love everyone who comes on the show, and
Yeah.
every way that the show winds up being is good. But and this is a big but. When people bring in notes, it makes it very easy and fun for me.
Yeah.
Because it's notes. We can just read the notes and have a great time.
I'm a writer.
So there you go. You are famously a writer. I'm subscribed to your Substack.
You are?
And if I remember, I'll even I'll put the URL in the show notes.
Oh my God, please.
And there you go.
If not, it's
I read your post about the conky.
Oh, yes, I did write one about my concussion.
It was great. I was very pleasantly sort of surprised and moved by how thoughtful your prose is, or prose, or however you're supposed to say that.
Prose.
Prose.
I don't even know.
Your prose is very, very nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's great. You guys should, if you guys are fans of, dear listeners, if you trust a word I say.
Yeah, trust him.
Go to that link.
Yeah.
Wherever it's posted, find it.
Yeah, it's Kara's Corner.
Kara's Corner.
It is Karas and then
as opposed
corner.
To.
Everyone thinks it's Cara.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yep. Everyone thinks I'm Cara. No,
I
seriously.
just I'm surprised at that.
No.
Kara seems like it's an obvious K.
Thank you, because to me I feel the same way, but a lot of people don't.
Makes sense.
But I can also, if you would like, I can share the story behind Kara's Corner, because it's actually it's been brewing for a couple years.
Now, so I do like having stories shared with me.
Okay,
perfect. That's sort of ideal.
I'm just going in, multiple
just as long as you're
directions.
passionate about Kara's Corner.
I'm passionate.
And then there we go.
Very passionate.
On theme. Now I can officially approve. Okay, what's the story?
So, yeah, Kara's Corner, the actual writing platform, I guess, it has gone through many iterations. It first started as an Instagram page. Unfortunately, nice. I was,
whatever gets the ball rolling.
Yeah, exactly. I was in, I don't know, the beginning of high school or something like that, and I was like, how do I post my writing? I don't actually even know how to make people read this, and I have no idea how to print a book. Yeah. So I decided on Instagram, which was incredibly annoying because they're word caps, and I had to post photos.
Were you posting in the description?
Yes.
Woof. Yeah,
I
right.
know. It was rough, but I did it for a long time, and I have hundreds of posts on it.
That's crazy.
So that's where I started, but then I realized, wait, not even in a I want so many people to read this, but just no one was reading it because it was kind of
literally
difficult
no one. It's just
to
being
read.
posted into the void.
Yeah, exactly. Especially I would do double posts, and then I'd flip the photo so they knew it was the same post, but different section. And then I was just everyone's reading the second section, not the first, just algorithm wise. Yeah, exactly. So then I heard about Substack, and I was like, wait, okay, long form post and maybe actual readers. That's really cool. So that's where I landed. But the story behind Kara's Corner was I was in my elementary school band, and I played the trumpet.
Right. Of course you did.
And
I could have guessed that. No offense.
You could have guessed that? Yeah. Well, okay.
Hey, there's nothing wrong. I love the trumpet. It's a powerful instrument.
You know what? Thank you. I agree. I wish I could still play. I wish I could have ever actually played. Is a more appropriate way of saying that.
Trumpet's also hard. The embouchure or whatever.
Oh my God, it's so hard. Yeah.
I can't even do it.
Oh my God.
I don't know how those guys do that.
It truly.
Just a bridgie.
Yeah, literally. I know. But so I'm in this band, and our band teacher is just the devil himself. He's just
classic
so
band
mean.
Teachers.
He's just just such a mean fella.
All right.
And he forces us to do marching band as punishment, where we would march around the field so that kids would laugh at us because we were just that bad.
No way.
Yeah, no, I'm not kidding.
That's
we'd play
some
hot cross buns around the field.
Oh, that's
it was
amazing.
bad.
That's horrible, but that's hilarious.
Yeah, and the whole reason I joined, truthfully, my dad did play the trumpet, and so I probably did it as some means of, I don't know, getting his validation or something.
Get that approval.
But
that sweet approval.
The father wound, yes. But mainly it was because my crush, who was a year older, was also a trumpet player.
Yeah, there you go.
And I knew that if I used his trumpet, I'd be using his mouthpiece, which is disgusting.
All right.
Disgusting. But you know what?
Okay.
I was, 9 years old, and I was like, this is, I just want to be cool. I just want to play the trumpet and get his attention. And so I joined this band.
That's raw.
Anyway, so the music teacher really disliked me. He thought I was just a slack off, a no good trumpet player.
Just there to share a trumpet.
Yeah. And so when I'd get in trouble, he would like send me to the corner. And so I'd sit in this corner of the library.
That's not the direction I thought this was
yeah,
going.
I know. I would sit in this corner, like spend all my time there, just,
This is like too
hanging
good
out.
to be true.
I know.
That's an amazing setup.
I can't believe it is the story, but it genuinely is the story. And on my last day, because I left elementary school in grade 5 rather than grade 6 because I went to an art school that started a year early. And on my last day, I had this really emotional, overdramatic moment, and I stuck a hot pink sticky note on the corner saying Kara's Corner.
Awesome.
And that was like my legacy that I left.
That's so funny.
So I don't know why when I was like deciding on kind of what I wanted my name to be, my platform to be, I went with that because it just felt fitting. You know what? That was my little...
It's got zip. It's memorable.
Yeah.
It's got alliteration.
My little corner of the world with my trumpet. So
there you go.
Yeah, that's how it all began.
Should have a little logo of like a trumpet in a corner or something.
That's a really good idea.
I don't know. Just a pitch.
That's a really good idea. I will take someone up on that.
I take that into consideration.
Yes, I will try.
That's great.
Yeah, but I'm glad you've read my writing.
Sure. Well, I try and like check out what guests are
yeah,
gonna be up to.
For sure.
You're only the second guest who's been on this show who is like not exactly a mystery to me, but is just like someone I haven't like worked with or like spent some amount of time with.
Sure.
It's only really you. Soph actually was like that, and Nuki DeBaum.
Nuki DeBaum.
Have you ever heard of Nuki DeBaum?
Oh, have I ever? Yes.
Yeah? Oh, yeah. She's great.
Yes,
I knew she came on the show, and I never met her my whole life, basically. I talked to her in the hallway for 20 seconds.
I've never, actually met her. I just hear about her so much
well,
from all the music hits.
Exactly.
And new song.
It's true.
Yeah.
New song, new video on Instagram.
Shouts out.
Yeah, she's a weapon. She's awesome.
Yeah, no, she's
her
so
episode
awesome.
is absolutely unreal.
Yes.
But yeah, I checked out all her music and stuff.
Yeah.
I try and
background.
figure something out. So of course I read your Substack.
Thank you.
I would not be doing my journalistic due diligence if I didn't.
Gotta get the full scoop. Yeah.
Gotta get the full scoop, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I can feel it. The energy is
What?
that it's notes time. It's journal time.
Oh God.
Let's peep
well,
it.
should I talk about my writing?
Talk about your writing, like your writing in there, or just about your writing in general?
Just about my writing. I have some notes about my writing in here, but about my writing.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You talk about this is your platform.
I know. I just.
Say true. This is like an extension of the corner.
Yes.
This is Kara's Corner.
Okay. True.
Writ large.
True. Okay. Well, there are a couple different things. How I really got into writing.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe there is some element of father woundedness maybe in play there. I always had to do these writing prompts in kindergarten, and I remember doing one about how my dad didn't make me a tree house even though he said he was going to, and I was passionate. I was an emotional writer from day one.
That's beautiful. Start from the source.
Yeah, exactly. So I really loved it. I wrote some pretty crappy poetry in my young years.
Poetry's poetry.
For
Everyone's
sure.
a poet.
I got very obsessed. My mom's side of the family is Ukrainian. And I would go on Google Translate and find Ukrainian words that were symbolic of the women in my family and write them. But it was just also inauthentic because I couldn't pronounce any of the words. But
you're striking at something here.
There was a thought there for sure.
The authenticity is the fact that you even wanted to do that.
Thank you.
That's
and
beautiful.
I used to be such an outgoing person. I used to just I used to play music too, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
No one knows this about me because I have a musician boyfriend, but I used to go up on stage and make up songs on the spot. That's what I was
hilarious.
known for. I literally can make lyrics up on the spot, and that was my thing. So writing was very much the same.
Mind.
Yeah, so I would just write things. I wouldn't edit them, and I just put them out into the universe, and
that's awesome.
That
is bold.
Thank you.
That is extremely bold.
I reminisce fondly on the time, but
Well, we're doing a similar thing in here. None of this is written. If the listeners at home don't realize this, there is no script in front of us right now, unless you're counting those notes, which I am not.
No, which are not even really coherent sentences. They're just some words and yeah. But the biggest thing was, the BMV in Toronto? It's a bookstore. The used bookstore.
It's pretty large.
Yes.
Yeah. Where is it? Is it
The one
what street
that
is
I'm
it on?
referring to would be on Bloor, close to Spadina. Like, it's
Yep.
in Koreatown. Yeah? Have you been there?
Yes, I have.
Okay,
A
so-
long time ago, but yes, I have.
Yes. So I went when I was in middle school. I was probably like 12, 13 or something.
Okay.
And I was in the poetry section, and I found this random book, and I flipped to the first page, and I just like fell in love so deeply with this poem. It actually changed me as a writer completely.
All right.
And the book was called Against Romance by Michael Blumenthal. I have no idea who the man is.
Okay, I feel like I've heard that. Like, that's a...
Can I read the poem?
Oh, my God.
Is that...
You'd be the third person to read a poem on the show, and that
that-
would make me so happy if you did
Really?
that.
Okay.
Please read the
Perfect.
poem.
Well,
Yes.
Emmett's cousin, I lent it to him, so I don't have the physical copy, unfortunately,
That's
with all
okay.
my annotations. But I do have a photo.
That'll
Why on
do.
earth is this? Why is it like a movie? Okay.
No.
So this was the first poem I flipped to, and I just...
And it just, like, struck you.
It just struck me when I was, this young, very impressionable person who also, like, wrote a lot about love and relationships and, like, my mother and, like, stuff like that. I don't know. This just, like, really hit me. Okay.
I'm very excited to hear it.
Okay, awesome. It's
I'm
called...
going to lean back in my chair.
Okay,
and
perfect. Take
on
it all
a
in.
thinking... I'm taking on a
Okay.
thinking pose.
So it's called The Dangers of Metaphor. The day when the rainbows came, I was running up a steep hill toward you, and, looking up to find you there, said that rainbow looks like a halo around your head. These were my first words to you, and ever since I've held you against the sky, the way a man holds a closed letter to the light without opening it. And what I've seen there is something I might want to open, carefully, as if it were addressed to me. But there are dangers in this beginning with something as heavenly as a rainbow. So I wait, holding you up again each day against a bleaker sky, and you become this way. Less transparent, less embellished by the numinous, but more real. Last night there were no stars anywhere, and today desire's prism held against the sky yields only pure white. In fact, each day now the sky falls a bit closer to you, merciful as a guillotine, keeping you earthbound, flawed, a human thing only another human thing could love. You like it?
Wow, that's great. That's great. That's a great poem. Bernthal cooked with that one.
I know, and some of the other ones in the book are really weird. Like, it's a weird book, but
It is a dangerous thing,
I just
he
like,
says.
yes, exactly.
Right.
And I just felt,
Man, that's great.
right?
I love how he just can't stop using metaphors.
I know.
To the
I
very
know.
end, the prism.
Exactly.
Like,
and
all
like
the
I love the
stars
guillotine imagery and just like all the I don't know. It was very sentimental to a younger self, and I love a human thing only another human thing could love. I feel like that
That's a great kicker.
Yeah, that's streamlined into my writing a lot. So, bought the book, annotated it to just like oblivion, and
Oh, that's blessed.
it's like it's my most
that's like a
sentimental
real
belonging.
cherished object
Yes,
at this point.
it
That's
is.
like a sacred object in your temple.
Yes, and I love it too because shouts out again my best friend in Halifax, Stella. So okay, let me get into the lore, I guess.
Oh, perfect.
Also, I'm gonna like
We're so in there.
maybe let me like content warning a bit. Is that okay? Like, how
Yeah.
deep can I go on
You
the
can
radio
go.
show?
You can go deep.
Okay.
Like, I'm comfortable with this. Like, the only thing I was explicitly told not to have was swear words.
Okay, perfect.
So as
I will not
as far
swear.
as I know, we can be.
Okay.
I've talked about some pretty heavy stuff on this show. Is what
Okay.
I'm getting at.
Okay.
So definitely drop
Yeah.
a content warning and just
Yes.
say what you need to say.
For sure, just to let the people know.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, there are probably going to be some themes of like sexual violence and abuse. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways,
All right.
so I moved to Halifax for my first year of university because my
Okay.
dad's side of the family is there. I grew up like, oh my God, so incredibly like connected to Nova Scotia. And so I moved there.
So
I
left
went to
Toronto.
Yes.
To go there.
Yes.
Okay.
And I decided I met this lovely lady, Stella, in my grade 12 math class, and she was obsessed with marine biology and sharks, and and so she,
We've all been there.
yeah, exactly. We love our nerdy marine bio friends, yes. And yeah, she was debating between Guelph or Dal. And I was like, wait, but like, what if we went to Halifax together? And, you know, I comforted her with my family will drive you to the ER, like, if you need it, like, in Halifax and all that. So we decided to be roommates, and we moved in together, and it was beautiful and wonderful, except for the fact that I found out that my abuser went to the same school a year older.
Oh, man.
So, yeah.
That's
it was devastating,
horrible.
for sure.
That is very horrible.
Yeah.
Especially because it's Dalhousie. Like, that's you go halfway across the nation. You're like, yeah, that sucks.
I found there's complicated lore. I don't know how much we can really get into it, but it's like, you know, complicated dynamics with my parents and my family. And I did actually find out before going, like, technically moving, but I was like kind of forced to still go. It was a complicated situation. So I went, bracing myself, hoping to, I don't know, be some kind of like resilient force. And I went, and it was just like so hard.
Yeah.
Which was really sad because Stella and I had created this like beautiful little bubble. I don't know, just like shared the same love for the East Coast and all of that. I met this wonderful woman too who was like the sexual violence prevention officer on campus. She like changed my life. But in the end, I left after like 2.5 months, uprooted my life, moved back home.
Wow.
And then, yeah, I went to school for psych originally. And I was like, okay, like I want to be a psychologist. I want to be a therapist. And then I just realized that's so not for me. I am terrible at science. And yeah, exactly. And I was like, I don't know. I feel like I need to do something on more of a community level. Like, I don't know. So
heard loud and clear. That's what I do.
Yeah, exactly. So I saw the program at Guelph, and I was like, okay, I think I want to go into like sexual violence prevention care. Like, I think that's what I want to do. So that was what flipped me. But anyways, back to a bit Stella. So like, she is also an incredible writer, and I gave her the book, and she did some of her own annotations, and it just became this like keepsake of hers as well. So I love that it's like passed through so many people that I love.
That's like a mystical object. That sort of gives me chills just thinking about stuff like that. Is just,
it's very precious.
Yeah.
So that was incredibly influential to my writing, and for sure I've been going through kind of like this new phase in my writing, especially since leaving King's, and like this new phase of myself too about survivorship. And I'm not sure how much of my writing you've read. There are only like a couple of pieces on there.
Yeah, I read that recent one on Substack. That's all I've gotten so far.
Okay, so the first one I ever posted on Substack was about survivorship in like what I call the gray area epidemic, which is just this kind of languageless, nameless abuse that often happens, that like isolates people from having community and from having people who rally around them, just because they're like, there is no real, I don't know, validation around it, I would say. Like, if it makes sense, the idea of sexual violence or abuse or any of these like assaults on the self, they're very like textbook definitions.
Yeah, I totally see what you're getting at here. People are afraid to say like you've been sexually abused if you're not putting one of the big words on it.
Yes, and sometimes it's
and then
also,
you wind up in this like, oh
yeah, or sometimes it's complicated. Like, it's it's very complicated. It's very complex. People have very complex relationships with like the events alone that happen to them in their lives.
Because not only is it about the way you're like presenting your trauma to the world, but it's like, how do you feel about it?
Exactly.
How do you want to feel about yourself?
Yeah.
That's tricky.
Definitely.
That is a big gray area.
Yes.
What was the second?
I said survivorship in the gray area epidemic.
In the gray area epidemic.
Because
I gotta read this. This sounds very interesting.
But there was like a huge pivot in my life when like I had experiences of sexual violence like growing up, which definitely impacted me and my sense of self, but they were like singular moments, like singular relationships with people that did not extend beyond the like assaults, basically. What really changed and like altered me is when I had like a long form relationship where that occurred. And that's really when I was like influenced, I feel like, to go into this field and to talk about survivorship and to talk about like reimagining your life after. I feel like people, they stray away from that topic, like the aftermath of a body that has been like betrayed or violated, how you find people who you can connect to and trust and feel safe with. It's like a very complex idea. And so I felt like there weren't resources for me to feel validated by what I had experienced, because there were emotions of love and trust and, you know, like genuine hope that the person was not this like violent monster, right?
It's never just as easy as like a tumor or whatever.
Yes, especially
you can't just like chop these things off.
Exactly. And especially when they're like nuanced relationships where there are so many different like levels to it. Like there is love and there is goodness, but there's also like violence and destruction. Still trying to feel like what happened to you was real and was impactful, even if you don't have like the cleanest language that like you see in textbooks, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so
because it's always, everything's like that.
Yeah, and so yeah, sorry.
I was just gonna say, yeah, everything is, there's so many. It's hard to diagnose anything in this world, and to like land on one thing and say, you know, this is what happened and this is how I feel, and have that, you know, you're gonna feel differently tomorrow. Yeah. And you're gonna feel differently in the same moment. Yeah. And but I understand that totally.
I think also, I mean, I'm in gender and sexuality, so I critique, you know, heteronormativity a lot, and just in those kinds of relationships. And I also just feel like the way specifically women usually are socialized is that these behaviors are in some way normal. Like I was definitely generationally taught that like men are just like that, and like there's a certain extent to, you need to be a kind, compassionate, and like radically sweet and soft person to these men, and almost like gentle parent them into being better people.
Just fix them up.
Yeah, exactly. So I was very much of that mentality, and in the piece I kind of described this like trying to unlearn the fact that that's just like, that's not a task for anyone. That's not a possible task to change the formation of someone. And yeah, anyway, so that's kind of what that piece is about. It's just about me trying to figure out my life after that relationship, and trying to find language, and also saying to other people who have had similar relationships, like, if you don't have the language, like I still understand and see you for all that's happened to you.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
you gotta naming the fact that something can't be named.
Yes,
is something that comes up. It comes up a lot, you know. You can just say like, just the simple act of saying like, we don't have a word for this. Yes. Or just like, I'm here.
But it exists.
And it exists, and it's real, and we can just be in that. Yeah. We can say that.
And you can still
is a powerful, powerful thing.
Yeah, definitely. And you can still have like radical love and care for yourself, and others having that for you, even if you don't have this like complete clean language, you know. I feel like it's really hard to like find people to talk to about this stuff sometimes, just because if you feel like you're like, the things that happened to you were not as serious or impactful or whatever, like we tell ourselves, you know, it's hard to connect with others, just feeling almost inferior, or like,
like there's gonna be a dismissal.
Yeah. Anyways, so I write about that. I write about my story a lot, and that's something that I am like incredibly, incredibly passionate, is just reclamation and figuring yourself out. And I feel like that is part of the struggle with, like, do I have a personality? Like, this intense
tying it
pressure to
back.
be fascinating, right? Like, when, especially in my work, I felt like I was, like, putting all of my tragedy, like, out on the table and, like, trying to make art out of it constantly. And it felt a bit exploitive at a certain point where I was like, there are other parts of me that I would like to explore, but I feel like, I don't know, I'm kind of like pimping the trauma out for my work, and I don't know if that's necessarily how I always want to be. Like, that's definitely a part of it, but yeah.
Well, that's making me think about the nature of this show.
Hey,
You know, is that what I'm doing?
what do you mean?
Well, you know.
Pimping out the passion? What do you mean?
Yeah, but like, because I asked people sort of to come on this show and
Yeah.
be an interesting person.
No,
But then
no,
then on the other hand,
that's not what I'm saying. It's more like,
well, I'm just reading that into it.
What is
But I like that
fascinating?
this is the conversation.
no,
now.
but do you know what it's like?
This
What
is-
is fascinating? Like, why do we feel an intense pressure? And I'm specifically talking about, like, being socialized as a woman and feeling like I needed to be this intensely, like, magnetizing, fascinating person to feel interesting and valid and whatever it is. And I just feel like that did connect to other parts of myself where I was like, my like, there needs to be a grab, you know, there needs to be a hook or something to who I am, or else, like, I'm not that interesting. But there are so many interesting parts about me besides just, like, the worst things that have happened to me. That's all I'm saying. So I'm just saying that, like,
No, I understand. It's
that,
just
like,
that it's such a crunchy idea that I'm like, oh, I want to grapple with that.
yeah, that it's we're all fascinating.
Exactly. I like to think that part of
But it's like-
my ideology about this show is that people are everyone is passionate about something, and
Yes.
everyone is interesting.
Yes.
Or at the very least, my skill, if I have a skill, which of course I do, because we're not about negative self-talk.
No.
My skill is that I can maybe invite people to, like, to show that off.
Yeah. No. Definitely.
Not everyone needs to be some explosive, like, cartoon
Yes.
character to be just, like, genuine and interesting.
That's exactly
that
what I
even the most
mean.
boring, or, like, quote unquote boring, nothing
Like,
is
mundane
boring.
things. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
People come in here and talk about some things that might be considered boring, and I'm just as eager
It's awesome.
to, like, share that as
Yeah.
anything.
Oh no, for sure. I just mean it's like, you don't need to constantly be performing, you know, to be interesting or to be fascinating or to be magnetizing. Like, you can be who you are and explore that, and just like not feel the pressure to be some crazy transforming human. You know, I feel like that's not realistic, and that's not even really what I hope for people. So
This is such a great. I'm so pleased.
Yeah?
This is such an interesting and good thing that's getting talked
Yay, okay, that's
about
awesome.
on this show, and just, like, in general, because I am
Yeah.
so with you,
Yeah.
and that's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's been interesting.
Yeah,
has been
it's a big
interesting.
congratulations on, like, being on this journey.
Gosh,
Eh?
thanks. Yeah, it's
Because
been Ooh.
the very fact that you're someone who cares about this,
Yeah.
who cares about yourself in that way,
Yeah.
who's asking these questions, I think means you're, like, 90% of the way there.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank
like,
you.
if someone asked, "Do I have a personality?" I'd say almost, well, there it is.
Yeah. I'm trying to realize that, like, maybe just the fact that I want just, like, goodness around me, like, is enough. You know what I mean? And I talk
I'd
about that
say.
a little bit in the piece that you did read, like, at the end, just to
Yep.
reference myself, I guess.
Hey,
I'm
reference
talking-
yourself when I want intersexuality. Shout outs.
I'm talking about myself as a young girl, and the convenience store that I used to go to, and how I used to buy Rolos, and I was just like
Yeah, shouts to
actually
Rolos.
obsessed with Rolos.
Yo, Rolo, if you're listening to this,
No,
hit me
please
up.
sponsor. Like, I
I'll put a
love
segment.
Rolos.
I'll have to take the show off of CFRU, but, like,
But, like,
No, I'm
what
just kidding.
happened to Rolos? Do you know what I mean? They were
rolled
everywhere in my
away.
childhood. Yes, exactly.
I used to live near a town called Rolo.
No way.
Yeah, but it was the French, like, Rouleau.
Okay.
It's where they filmed Corner Gas. Yeah,
That's
show us
crazy.
Saskatchewan.
Damn,
Anyways.
Saskatchewan. But I love them, and then they just like disappeared. But anyways, I talk about it, and I'm like, I used to go on my little walk and get my little Rolo, and I was really close with the woman at the convenience store, and she just had like the meanest husband, and like she liked me because I reminded her of her daughter, and like we just had this nice little relationship, and she like always, you know, gave me discounts on my Rolos and stuff like that.
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah. But then I talk about so Emmett for I think was it Christmas or my birthday, I'm not sure, but goes on the crazy hunt to find Rolos, which I haven't seen in years.
What
I haven't had
a
Rolo,
legend.
right?
Good for us for waiting this long in the show
Yeah.
to just have a moment where it's just like, man, Emmett,
I love you.
that's
love
a great
you.
that's a great guy. I think you
Yeah.
love him more than I do. But that isn't to say that I don't love him.
No, I know you love him lots though.
Just cards on the table.
Yeah.
So he's on this crazy. He's going on a
he's
journey, a
searching,
hero's
you know,
journey.
And I haven't had a Rolo since I was a child, right? And so he comes to me and he gives me these Rolos, and it's just like such a precious moment to, you know, have someone just take anything about who you are as like precious and hold on to it, and then try to reproduce this special moment for you is very heartwarming.
Man, spoken like a poet. That I connect with that
Whoa,
in
yeah.
a big way right now.
Right?
I've been trying to like cherish those moments.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, again, childlike whimsy and wonder, just like recreating these moments where I did feel like a fully fledged human being, and I didn't really care if I was fascinating because for some reason I just like knew I was. Like not in an egotistical way, but just like doing anything was fascinating at that point in my life. Like everything was immersed in
So you're
curiosity.
doing everything for the first time.
Yeah, exactly. Like everything's exciting and everything is just like it's my own to experience, and it's so cool.
That's
and
how
so
that's how I try and
Rolos-
be.
Yeah.
That's how I try at outdoor school. That's
yes,
what
and we
I
got to talk about that because
we got a little amount of time, but I can.
really? Oh my
Can
god!
you believe
have I been
that it's
blabbing?
been 52 minutes?
It's been 52 minutes.
Yeah, 5-2.
Oh god!
So we have about 6 minutes left.
So,
Isn't that ridiculous?
wow, I'm so sorry.
Hey.
Or I mean, I'm not. I guess that's the point of
The
me
better,
being here.
the
but-
more that it'd be like that, the better the show is.
Let me see
TBH.
if I have any more notes. Oh my god.
Yeah, run them.
Ah.
Speed round.
Let me see. What did I say?
I hope someone's tuning in right now.
Yeah, no, seriously, live listeners. Yes.
Scratch,
They're
scratch
wondering.
the chin.
Oh, but yeah, in the piece anyways. Sorry, just to actually go back to what I was even trying
Okay.
to say. But the Rolos, it's all
Yeah,
about
the
like connecting.
Rolos.
What was I even saying before? There was a point to this. But in that piece, I'm just talking about how maybe I don't need to make it overly complicated. Maybe I can just hope that like this younger version of myself eating her Rolos would like want to share with me. Like I want to make that version of myself feel comfortable, and I feel like I take that into my everyday life. Like I just want people to be comfortable. I don't know. That's the real goal in my life. I want people to feel empowered and safe and wonderful about themselves. I want accessible spaces for people to thrive and explore themselves, and I really hope to be a part of that. And so I feel like little me has no idea like what is coming for her, but like I think she would be I think she'd be proud, and I think she'd think I'm, you know, whimsical and wonderful.
Agree
and,
wholeheartedly.
yeah. So anyways, shouts out Rolo. That's where
Shouts
that
out
epiphany came
Rolo.
from. So
That's
yeah.
beautiful.
Thank
I love that. I
you.
think
Thank
I
you.
think about that from time to time.
Yeah.
About what little wizard would
Yeah.
think. And,
Do you think he'd
oh yeah,
good?
100%.
Good.
Little wizard would be so stoked about
Yeah.
what Big Wizard is up to.
Oh my god, and he's doing so much.
It was my dream to do the kind of work that I do.
Yeah.
To do like nature immersion childcare.
Yeah.
And
Oh
I
my
obviously
God.
I didn't have the words for that when I was
Yeah.
13 or 12, but I just knew I wanted to be a camp
Exactly.
counselor.
Yes. Yeah.
And it all just sort of spun out from there, and now
Yeah.
I'm living the dream.
Yeah.
I just have
my
to
God.
remember that. Like, I'm living the dream. Every day is beautiful.
True.
You know, the clouds are always in the sky to look at.
Seriously. And I feel like, working with children, it sustains you.
It's pretty
seriously
magical.
Like, how else can you really believe in humanity?
Yeah, it's
So-
it's amazing. It was an amazing day
Yeah.
today. I'm finally back on
Yeah.
the field.
Woo!
If you're listening to this at home in the future, just know that as you're listening, I'm probably outside.
Oh, good.
And
Where
they
you
tried. They
belong.
kept me in the winter. They made me play computer. Google Sheet, make ad. Brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal work. But I survived, and now we're so
Oh.
back. Running through the grass, singing songs.
I wanna go to Guelph Outdoor School.
You should. Well, I'll tell you. We do adult workshops.
Stop. You do?
Yeah. Geet.
Do I know
Of
Geet?
course
I
you know
love
Geet.
Geet.
Of course you
Yeah.
know Geet. Geet's done my adult workshop before. Future guest on the show, certainly.
Oh,
I'll
I
teach
hope
you
so.
how to make cordage
Oh my god.
with
Perfect.
fibers, and I'll show you some useful knots,
Oh my god, I'm
bowline,
excited.
alpine, butterfly, etc.
Because that's my thing is like,
pretty cheap,
whoa,
too.
I mean, it would be awesome to like work at the outdoor school,
Uh-huh.
except for the fact that like I have no like real knowledge.
Well,
city
if
kid,
you
you
have
know,
if
like-
you have a kind spirit, then you can.
I have
make
a kind spirit.
There you
but
go. I didn't come in with a ton of natural knowledge. I learned how to make cordage at outdoor school, and now I'm doing the workshop for it. I've only worked there for 4 years. Oh my god! So
Oh my
you can
God.
just get started. You can come on down to an
I'm
adult
just,
workshop,
I'm in awe of
volunteer.
what you do. I think it's so cool.
I really appreciate
like
that.
seriously, oh my god, it makes me so happy. Just you and Mark, just like living
Yeah,
your little
living our
outdoor
little
dream. Like,
lives
it
outdoors.
just-
So we certainly
it
do.
seriously
Holding
warms my
hands,
heart.
skipping around,
Yeah, like
being inspired.
Like what pops to mind is like these are the men that are like raising the future generation. You
That's
know
the
what I mean?
dream, right? That's
Like,
I'm trying
that
to be
is
a
the
good,
dream.
trying to do it right. That's why I
Yeah.
do what I do.
Seriously, you're a good role model.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate that, and I
Yeah.
think you are too.
Thank you.
We're at the end of the show now.
Oh my god.
Thank you so much for being here.
Of
But we have a
course.
little tradition.
Okay.
We're going to say what we're grateful for.
Aw.
That's the way that we finish our day at outdoor school.
Aw.
So just tell us
That's
in a
beautiful.
couple words. We have like a minute here. In a couple words, what are you grateful for?
I'm grateful to be loved and to be known and for people to perceive me in the way that is so sweet and so kind.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's beautiful.
I'm grateful for the people I love.
Grateful for the people you love.
Yeah.
I'm grateful to be back in the Passion Studio.
Yes.
I'm grateful for this platform. I'm grateful that I get to meet and connect with people
Yeah.
like you.
Yeah.
Grateful to be back outside. Grateful for clouds. Grateful for little naps in tall grass.
Yeah.
Grateful for young people.
Yes.
I'm just grateful to be alive.
I'm grateful to have met you. For
Well,
real.
I really appreciate that. I
Yeah.
really appreciate your enthusiasm. I appreciate how bold you've been, and
Thank
you've just
you.
like talked the whole gamut.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. I'm very
Thank
excited
you.
for people to hear this one
Thank you.
and
I
to hear what you have to
appreciate
say.
that. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome. My name has been Wizard,
My name is Kara Lang.
and remember, only love will stop the killing. Over and out.
Yeah.